Maine Family Planning showed off their new mobile medical unit at the State House today. Maine Family Planning acquired this mobile unit last week, allowing them to bring accessible care all around the state. Originally costing $350,000, Maine Family Planning got it for free as a donation from a sister family planning organization. Inside, patients can receive preventative care, cancer screenings, sexual and reproductive health care, and family planning. The goal is to create a safe and reliable place for all to get health care they need.
You know, it's very easy to walk by and not pay attention to those folks who don't have access, don't feel comfortable accessing health care in a conventional healthcare setting. They may have had bad experiences, or they just are self-conscious about going into a setting like that. We're hoping to meet them where they are.
Hill says when the mobile medical unit is up and running, they will be able to reach all regions of Maine. Maine Family Planning says this also comes at a time where sexually transmitted diseases are on the rise in the state, including syphilis and new reported cases of HIV in Penobscot.